Alright, y'all, welcome. Look, season 2, we up, we in here. I already told y'all I was coming through with some heat this go around. Muscle Hustle Podcast. Make sure to subscribe on the Muscle Hustle Podcast on all social media platforms, including YouTube. Subscribe. Click. I need them clicks, y'all. Alright, also all audio platforms for podcasts. We talking Spotify, iHeart, Apple, the whole 9 yards. The Muscle Hustle Podcast. We streaming on all them platforms. I'm your girl, Cokes, and look who I got in his building. All right? It's the king himself. All right? They say the OG. I say governor. I say lieutenant. I say, listen, I'm saluting to this dude, right? Like, hey. Slim. What's good, man?
Oh, man. I can't get no better. You know, just staying at it, trying to stay young.
Big Slim. Sugar Daddy Slim.
Yep.
What other aliases you got, man?
Big Slim, Sugar Daddy Slim, Slim Thug, Thugger. What else? I don't know.
Which one you prefer?
Big Slim, not the little one. We changed the Slim Thug to Big Slim.
Big Slim, right. Yeah. That's and every time he says Big Slim, not the little one, he always got to show that pink ring, too. I appreciate you, man. Look, you the first episode for season 2.
I'm excited about it.
It's been a journey for me, man. But I'm like, yes, I appreciate you, for real. But, like, we going to tap in a little bit. Basically, we covering everything, all right? If you're a new subscriber, the Muscle Hustle Podcast pretty much is just a platform to be able to inspire all entrepreneurs, all new coming athletes, all artists, basically just to kind of get that grind in. And you know what I'm saying? If you already on that grind, to kind of inspire you to just keep going, you're going to hear gems drop from people who are already in the industry. It ain't going to be something that you're going to be reading in the book. It's going to come from the truth himself. You know what I mean? So I got Big Slim in the building and really want to know, first off, happy birthday. It's your month, so I'm
Virgo
just
season is still in effect.
Gemini's better, but you know, sorry. I'm gonna let that slide.
Right. Let me make it. It's my time.
But yeah, all right. So Big Slim, you know, you got a lot of projects coming in the rotation, right? The main one that just dropped,
right,
is
Midlife Crisis.
Now let's cover that real quick. Are you going through a midlife crisis or not?
No, not at all. Actually, it just was fitting with it being my age, and you know, me having a lot of cars and jewelry and stuff like that. So you know, I just felt like it was fitting. You know, you get 40. I'm 43. I just turned 43. You get 40, you go get you a Corvette. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's like I overheard there was a statement made. I forgot what platform, but you had made a statement where you were just like, you know what? Basically, I'm celebrating what I've accomplished thus far. You know what I'm saying? Almost like you reap what you sow, and so right now I've sowed all the time and the effort that I put into my craft, and now I'm reaping it, and I'm going to enjoy it. And that's what midlife crisis is to you. Am I right?
I'm the youngest I'm ever going to be right now, so I'm just living like that, you know what I'm saying? And definitely enjoying the fruits of my labor of all the years.
How long it took you for this particular project?
Music is like breathing to me. Like I do music, I do something what I call a song a day. You know what I'm saying? Okay. During the week I try to like do a song a day when trying to work on a project or whatever. So the music comes fast. Like I can put a project together pretty fast, so it doesn't take me long. But I might not just say, okay, I'm gonna do this project out the gate. That might not be the idea out the gate. It might be like I say, I do a song a day, then I start hearing a vibe of songs coming together that sound good together, and then I put them together. They might sound like a midlife crisis. So I say, okay, let me name it Midlife Crisis and put these songs and build on that from that point. And knowing at that point I might be 8 songs in before I even know what I'm gonna title the project or whatever. Or sometimes I might do know it from the beginning. And then it depends if I'm directly working on something or I'm just hopping around doing different projects.
Okay. All right. So is this more so of a trait that you pretty much by experience been able to perfect, or is it more so like, okay, I've been doing this?
It's consistency.
Gotcha.
It's staying consistent and staying working hard And like I say, I do a song a day. So it's like after you do a song a day, that you got 30, 40 songs in no time. You know, it take a month to get 30 songs. And then a lot of times I say I'm gonna do a song a day, it turn into more. So it's just I stay consistent in my craft and make sure I do what got me here. You know what I'm saying? Like exercise, like going to the gym every day. You know, every day I want to do what I do that pays the bills, and I want to go to the gym and make sure I'm healthy.
You've been in the game for quite some time.
Since '98.
Man,
So
that's
like 25 years.
yeah. I was about to say because I remember first hearing you. Like I wasn't hit until probably like what first deployment.
Right.
My first deployment back in like early 2000. I ain't about to tell y'all my age. Get out here. But yeah, early 2000. Most of my mates, my battle buddies and stuff like that, they were all from the South. I think I was probably the only out of two girls. I was the only girl that was actually on the road with them and stuff like that. And so like they was the ones who kind of put me on. And at first I was just like, I don't know him. I don't know who he's about. I've never heard of this guy. I was like, he tall though, but that's cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I think it was more like on that chop and screw type vibe.
See, that's what it is. See, it's like if you wasn't from Texas or wasn't into that certain style of music, then you didn't hear a lot of,
But it catches on though. Right. Especially the fact that y'all was remixing songs and stuff like that were also familiar. So it was just like, uh-oh.
Exactly. Damn. You hear from a different way.
Exactly.
You hear, especially, you know how I usually catch people through slow songs. Like, when you playing a slow song and they just slow it down and chop it up. That's how I usually initially catch people. But also, that is how a lot of our music spread through y'all, like through all the people who was going into, service and then spreading it to different people because y'all was all coming together.
No, that is true.
And then bringing it home.
That was true. Because even at that time, it was a lot of, obviously it was Operation Iraqi Freedom at that time, and it was a lot of involuntary transfers. So we talking reservists who had no, they thought they was stuck where they was, and it's just like, nah, sir, you went in New York and you about to get attached to a unit in Colorado or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like everybody was moving around and all getting set at the same time.
Was a big working in our early days. So, they had the base out there, and that spread a lot of our music, through that way. And then college students, of course. So, like I say, it was something that you had to be into in the early, 90s is when Screw started it. But like in 2000, like early 2000s, it really took out, man. It went further than we ever thought it would be on the cool. And like I say, it was through different people like y'all spread.
Yeah, and initially you was with Swisher House, right? Okay, and who was all part of Swisher House? Or the immediates?
It's like 30 of them. Like Swisher House had so many people in it, but it was like me, Lil Mario, J Dog, Big Pig, 80. Who am I? J Dog. Did I say J? Yeah. Okay. So, Big Tiger, Lester Roy, 80, Archie Lee. I said Big Pig. Yeah, it's a lot of them. See, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And Chameleon Air Powwow, Mike Jones. They came later though.
Okay.
They came later. That was the originals, and then later they came. After I left, pretty much.
Okay, so before you left, let me ask you this, because since I moved here to Texas, right, I've been hearing this whole North Side, South Side stuff or whatever, right? Yeah. And so when Swisher House came about, you got signed to Swisher House. Were y'all a collab of both North Side and South Side artists?
Actually, Swisher House was kind of like the opposite of DJ Screw. Like DJ Screw is South Side. Okay. So Swisher House was North Side. They did what DJ Screw did on the North Side, and that's what it was. Yeah. So all of us was from the North Side.
Gotcha. See, I was still kind of like hating on South Side.
It wasn't no hate never. Really, it was the exact opposite. They was the first ones who was putting out the Chop the Screw mixtape. So they the ones who through the mixtapes was like saying we don't mess them dudes on the north. It wasn't us, A lot of the dudes on the north side was still, even though they would say stuff like that, still huge fans of Screwed Up Click and everybody in it. Though it wasn't like everybody stood on. Man, you ain't finna talk about my side. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, so then, how many years were you with that label?
I never was signed to them.
Okay.
See, it was like a mixtape thing. Like he a DJ Michael Watts. and then I would just do
Kind of
freestyles
freestyle. Okay.
on his mixtapes, and then eventually I grew into doing my own mixtapes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's
it
about
was more.
how I got loud, and that's when.
That's where. Okay,
Yeah,
that's you.
that's all me.
That's all
yeah,
you.
Right, and that was like, I would say around 2000.
Okay.
But at the same time, man, I still would do records with Swisher House, like mixtapes and stuff like that. So it wasn't like it was a beef thing.
Gotcha.
It was just like
it was amicable, but
up.
it was just like you just kind of started your own thing or whatever,
Right.
Just more so the fact that you just kind of want to be.
I just ran through 10 people in Swisher House, right? So if we had to did a project, we got to bust that down 10 ways. I'd still be broke. It's what my math told me.
He was mathing.
Really? That's what my mouth told me.
Okay.
$1 million broke down times 10 is $100,000. So it's like even we did $1 million, I'd still be in the hood. You know, is what my math told me.
So how hard was it to actually start up your own label?
It was very hard.
It
was extremely hard, and but the thing is, it was in the long run, it was beneficial. You know, like it gave me while a lot of people thought they had the head start on me, I had the head start on them. You know what I'm saying?
Elaborate on that.
Because, okay, at that time, let's say a lot of people was getting record deals, and a lot of people had labels instead of trying to do everything themselves. Like I had to figure this out, touch the fire every time I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times I jumped out there first with a lot of the stuff I was doing.
I was gonna say, did you even ask for help, or you?
I didn't. I'm sure I could have got help if I asked, but I never asked for help. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never really had no mentors in this world of what I was doing. But it taught me how to be a boss and taught me how to be a leader, and it gave me the will, the confidence over doing it and it working so many times and me doing it so early and getting and seeing the my ideas turn into money. It gave me a lot of confidence that a lot of people didn't have that I had. You know what I'm saying? And then
great, like they have the idea of starting a label, but
right, and then they rather sell it to somebody else and let them make the most off of their idea. But I learned earlier, I just do the work and you'll get the most off your idea, and that's really how life's supposed to be. You're supposed to always get the most off your ideas. But a lot of people are trying to, or don't believe in their idea to the fact where they'll wait for it to grow, turn it to a seed, and from a seed to a tree, or they don't. They just want to hit a lick. It ain't necessarily that they really believe that they can build something
from
it. They just feel like, man, I just want to get some money. If I can get some money for this, I never got money for this in my life for doing this, so I'm gonna just sell it.
What do you say to those type of people though? Like seriously, just like.
I mean, I can't hate on nobody, man. Like you never know what people's situation is, like why they had to sell it, what was they thinking when they did it. So I don't hate on nobody, but I just wish people would have the self-confidence to be more patient and work hard and see this side of the chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Because it ain't so much far fetched like everybody makes it out to be. It's
hard work. It's hard work. Yeah. It's like this. If you can keep your stuff clean and you can go to the gym and be disciplined enough to take care of your health, you can be disciplined enough to do what I do. It's not nothing is rocket science.
Yeah.
Everything is 1, 2, 3, 4 rules. Like in this whole world, whatever it is, nothing is that difficult. We go to mechanics, but really we can do this shit and we just sit there and try it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times the shit we pay for is the shit we won't try to do. And we never tried to learn how to do it. But really we can look at a 5-minute YouTube video and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Especially nowadays for sure.
But people, I've learned, or I've did my research to kind of think that a lot of people don't have the confidence. They rather have the money and sell something and see what happened after, than actually try it themselves and see if it, and put in the work to make stuff work. Like they rather sell it out. But ain't nothing wrong with it, everybody ain't organized. Some people can't even, like some people can't go to the gym every day. They ain't organized or disciplined enough to go to the gym. They might need help.
Yeah.
And then whatever you need to be successful is what you need to do. But, as an individual, I picked that route because doing mixtapes, the screw and chop stuff, every month, dropping those every month, it gave me self value, early age.
Okay.
Instead of, so at an early age, I knew, hey man, when I drop a mixtape, I'm gonna drop it off in Killeen, I'm gonna take it to Austin, I'm gonna take it to Dallas, I'm gonna take it in Houston,
You already know your markets.
I'm gonna do all these, and I'm gonna probably make about this much. And if it's really hot, I'm gonna probably make this much. So then I seen that what that was. So when I go to New York and they tell me they're gonna offer me $200,050 or something for an album or four, I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
That don't add up math wise to me.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've actually seen what my value is. A lot of people mind frame is let me make a demo, take it to a record label and get signed.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
that honestly is what's already been portrayed from Jump Street. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Since
the
the
only
Motown
way.
days,
Yeah.
right? Since Five Heartbeat. But how many
That's
times
the
have we
hustle.
seen them go broke? And how many times?
Yeah.
What was
Like
the rest
off
of the
the
story?
first-
Every story we
Every
talking about
single
since
one.
back then, they've been getting,
Yeah.
man, I made a record label messed up with me.
They
Record
push the
label
funk
messed up
song
with me.
drop
Record
and
label messed
then
up.
they in the Corvette or whatever pushing. They doing the whole tour. They on the bus.
It's good when it's good and it's bad when it's bad.
Right.
But you have no ownership of your music. So in the long run, you're going to suffer. In the long run, when it ain't hot and you ain't doing them shows every weekend and all day and on tour and that money ain't coming in, what you going to do? You
Is
done
that
sold
right?
your what I'm living off of right now. You know, you done sold what I'm living off right now. I'm living off of my hard work, that how it's supposed to be. I'm living off of my art that I've made that nobody should own but me because it's my art. Like it's so crazy to even do that, to sell yourself.
That's
You
pretty
know,
much what it sounds like. Honestly.
you selling yourself. It's like you're a new slave in the music business when you can be your own boss. You know, and own your own music.
Is that why
How
most
it's
of the
supposed to
artists
be.
now are like really, really fighting for publishing
And you
and,
gotta cry to them and
masters
beg
and
to
all
them
that?
for, man, give me this, you took this from me. When you realize that's what's happening is artists in that heat of the moment and they throwing these numbers, you selling out something. You're not just making no money. They not just giving you nothing. You selling yourself. The more stuff they tell you, the more money they offer you. Oh, you selling them masters, you selling them rights, them publishings. And then you want to, 5 years later, when you learn how to read, some shit, you want to look like they messed over you when really you ain't do good business.
Yeah.
You did that. You sold yourself for that.
But here's the thing. So like for the new artists now, right, that are on the come up, you know what I mean? They're looking at folks like you know what I'm saying, that's been in the game for a minute, you know what I mean? And it's just like they see what they see, they're just like, okay, yeah, not so much. Well, yeah, they idolize in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But they also are like, okay, in comparison, I have a craft. I'm in this craft as well too, and I want to perfect it as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take this route because at this point, it's the only thing that's offered to me.
Right.
I don't have a safety net. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like I could be able to start my own label or
Right.
start it with my friends. So this is the route I'm going to take. But then I look at it where I'm just like, all right, them same people who you idolize and stuff like that, right? Why aren't they putting out this info like that? You know what I mean? Like stuff that you're saying right now is straight gems that can help another artist.
And the thing is, a lot of people living fake lives, like, you know. And what makes me mad as a grown black man at 40 years old is like how strategic it is of the labels of how they do it, like how they put it. Like you taking somebody from the hood who ain't never seen $100,000 in their life, and you
Flash.
offering them $100,000 for some raps they wrote on a piece of paper. Of course, most of them gonna have to take that. They never seen that type of money in their life. For one, they never seen money from what they doing. Just writing a rap, you know, and they never been paid and seen that. So you taking advantage of that. You're not doing good business with them. You're not saying, okay, well, let's do 50-50 and you own half your masters and I own half of it, and you know.
They don't even break that down.
Yeah.
Unless you are very, very
They
intelligent.
give you
to
some.
read that
They
shit.
give you a contract that they know you can't
There you
read,
go. Yeah.
and then they send you one of their lawyers down there, or you can't trust your lawyer though. The thing is, you can't even trust your lawyer when you go and get a record deal because a lawyer get paid off how much you get paid. So if you want to go do a record deal and you from the hood and they say, well, we'll give you 200,000 and you can still own your masters, but we'll give you $1 million if you sell us your masters. the lawyer gonna tell you to take the million.
It's
You
almost
don't
like an
know,
appointed lawyer, though, right? At that point,
right? Because at the end of the day, what's gonna be best for the lawyer? The $1 million, and he get the percentage off of the million. So you can't really trust his information to tell you what the. So it's really a trap in this world too. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the rapper. Okay, you got all these different people. Right now, you got the rapper who signed the record deal. Even though he realized he's getting messed over, he's already signed.
Yeah.
You gotta be the puppet. You gotta dance for these people. You gotta act like this is the way to go. You gotta be they person they put out there. You gotta be they poster for being on a record label. But at the same time, like I hate to be so like talking down on record labels because some of them work.
Some of them work.
Some of them work.
It works. It's still truth. Truth is truth.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I'm just saying how I look at it.
Right.
You know, because and why I look at it like that is because I was taught my self value from doing the mixtapes from out the gate. You know, and that's the only reason why I've learned this and know how to move like this.
Right.
And then after seeing that as a youngster, it made me not want to sell myself, and it made me keep piling on my ownerships. You know what I'm saying? Keep putting out more projects that I've owned and still get paid and adding to my catalog and my portfolio. So now I'm getting paid out for no telling how many albums right now every month. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like that. That's how every artist, not just black artists, all artists should own their music. All artists should at least own. Like I'm not saying, like I know we people coming from the hood and people need help and people need investors and stuff like that. Okay, at least 50%. You know you should own. You bringing the whole talent to the whole thing. You bringing the whole.
If you don't pop, they not gonna sell.
If you don't pop, see, and that's what they tell you. Well, I'm putting the money up, and if this don't work, I'll take the loss. Well, I'm putting the art up and taking a chance on it. What if it do work? You know, it's a chance for both of y'all. You know, but labels and contracts is not set up like that. You have to, and what's so crazy is they got us so like finessed that even what the money they give you is not money they give you. It's the money that they give you in the record deal is not money.
It's like an advance, right?
It's an advance. It's an advance. The money, the whole thing is a loan. It's not, hey man, take this. No, this how they gonna do it though, and this is why rappers don't say nothing about being messed over because they lie. Like you gotta use the finesse. They want to make it look good. Okay, I just signed a 20 mil record deal. That is signing their whole life away. That this is the most money they could possibly make. You know, in the projected long season. They didn't get $20 million and they gonna cut the check and give it to them.
Right there.
No, they gonna give them $100,000 or $200,000 up front, and then that's just to get this album started. Even that money, you have to work on the album. So then they give you, and what that money broke down is, you got $1 million to make an album. That's your budget. That's part of the money that they saying. Whatever
is initially given to you.
Nobody ain't getting no $1 million out the gate anyway as a budget to make an album anyway. Let's keep it real.
We are talking about studio time and what.
Nobody ain't getting no $20 million out the gate anyway. Real life. Ain't nobody getting no $20 million, period. These dudes be lying. These dudes they'll sell a finesse story of, man, and that's really they budget added up to make an album. That's an advance that they have to pay back. And if you don't recoup all this money, you just steady digging yourself in the hole. Well, you know what I'm saying? So you got to know who you are. Are you going to be Drake and be able to keep delivering these top hits and be able to get these people their money back that they giving you? Or are you digging yourself in a hole to where they really finna own you for the rest of your life? And you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That's what people don't really understand or get. But like I say, sometimes it works for people, or if it don't work, and a lot of the time, because you want to see what we say, TLC. We went diamond, but we broke. Like remember they had that story about how they sold. It's like that, man. A lot of these artists ain't even getting money out for their music. When they do their little showing their money on the Instagram, that's tour money. They done got their tour money up front. And now they finna flex with that, and that's what that money is. It's not, we getting paid off our album sales. No, it's I got my tour money, and this is what I'm taking a picture with right now. And that's cool. Why you hot? You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Why you hot? But let that
stay
shit.
Hot.
You better stay hot.
Stay hot.
You better stay hot, or you gonna be like on the rest of the movies, turning that shit in. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy though.
And then you know what's gonna happen? You gonna stay hot and you gonna come accumulate records and stuff. And then what you gonna do? You got to keep up with the hot lifestyle. By the time your career is going down and you ain't staying hot, what you got to do? You got to sell your catalog to these people to maintain this hot lifestyle that you've been putting on for so long.
But that's pretty much showing what type of person you are if you trying to stay.
Man, hey, on the cool, it looked good, man. It looked good. So, like I say, I can't be mad at nobody who do this. I can't be mad, whatever. It's an individual life, and everybody should do what's best for them.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of people living life, it look like they're having a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's working out for them. So I'm not mad at nobody. I'm just giving you my point of view, versus whatever it is.
You have artists signing you? You don't.
I had artists before, but no, I don't got no artists. It's like I don't really want no artists on the cool. Like I got people I had like artists that were signed to me before. We not signed together, not no more, but we still do music. And I don't even look to sign artists. Like that's not what I want to do.
Okay. Why?
It's a lot of work, man.
Is it?
It's a lot of work, man. It's for one thing.
You pretty hands on?
I'm very hands on with everything, but for one thing, it's I have a immaculate hustle reputation. Maybe like for women, I'm bad or something. Like like maybe they say I'm in the streets or something. But as far as like, I don't have no flaws when it comes to who I am as a man with being a hustler and coming from. I like that when you add people around you, you gotta be responsible for the ones you bring around you. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, you already have this image to uphold. It's not a facade image. This is who you are. So it's like those around you gotta actually be somewhat of the same caliber. It ain't even
about that. No? I don't want to get caught up in like say I like rappers. I might like a street rapper, but what if he gets to some street stuff with somebody else? That puts me directly in there.
Yeah.
I'm already paid how I live my life. My shit is so direct deposit. I don't even got to do nothing but go to the gym with y'all. Like so, it's like. It's so peaceful, I know, and I ain't never made money off of artists that make me want to have to go through that for that small amount of money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never make no money off no artists that make me want to have to get put in beefs and go do all this shit. Like put in all that work. I'd rather them do it for themselves. I would collab with them, help them however I want, however they need. If they did need some money from me, will I invest in an artist I believe in? I would.
Okay.
It wouldn't even be on we got a contract where you got to do 5 albums with me. It would be on a handshake. It would be, okay, we got this project together, and I want this, you get this, and your checks go straight to you, mine go to me, and that's it. We ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's you believing in the project itself and believing in the
That's
job.
how everything should be. That's how most business is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Only in the record label business it get tricky where they want to put all this paperwork in it and all these different confusing numbers.
As a way to kind of hide certain things.
It's a lot. They trying to hide the finesse, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hiding the finesse going on. Yeah. So that's how a label should work. And yeah. So if we do agree, we do this project together. I want 50% of your masters. You get 50% of your masters forever. I won't never take what it never changes. We keep it like this.
Keep it like this.
You know what I'm saying? And then you want to do something else. You let's say out the gate, hey man, if you want to ever get your shit back, we come up with that number and then just have that understood. That'll be the only way I would do some shit. But like a lot of the times, I just want peace. So I don't really want to deal with. I help whatever artists, especially the dudes I deal with in the past, like my old artists, whatever. I work with them and we look like a movement without me doing nothing. Like
y'all do look like a movement.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Killer,
good.
you look like a movement. Pro.
Right, Killer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I work with Killer all the time.
Huh? Pro was never signed to you, right?
Nah, Pro was never signed to me. But when me and Killer do a deal, to do a project, bam, his checks go to him, my checks go to me. It ain't nothing else, and that's how it is. We just keep adding to it when we do a new one.
Gotcha.
So it ain't no like I'm waiting on him to pay me. I'm waiting. Nah, everybody get their shit from the distribution company.
Gotcha.
It's real. That's how shit's supposed to be. Like just hands on like that, just live.
It's definitely seems like it'd be more at ease for it to flow like that, especially like mentally. It's just like, okay, if we just keep it on the up and up, and keep it as simple as possible. Like everything should just flow.
We shouldn't have no arguments because I ain't touching your chicks and you ain't touching mine, so everything should be good. That's how it should be all around the board. Now with record labels, it do get more tricky because they spend a lot of money on different things. Like they pay for radio, they pay for a lot of shit outside of that. Even on that though, world on that standpoint of it, the path I chose, I know exactly who I am because I don't never pay for nothing. I don't pay for no views, none of that. You know, so with that, it gives me a self confidence of way higher than a lot of
Then a
people
lot of
because
people having to do even more.
I'm really this is really me, like, you know, and it's good to know who you really are so you can know what you need to get better at, what you need to work on, what you doing wrong. When you just finessing and living in finesse,
Yeah.
you just confusing yourself.
That took time, right?
I mean, really, it didn't take time because, like I told you, I learned this.
From jump.
I learned this from jump by doing mixtapes.
Gotcha.
That's what gave me the understanding of my self value, how much I was actually worth, and then my idea so early. Man, I kind of want to do this mixtape like this, and I do it, and I get rich off of the shit, and I buy a car. It's like you can't tell me nothing no more. I don't have to go through no channels of
just
advice.
To get a car.
And I'm just saying, like, I ain't gotta go through. And the more you do shit, the more you use your ideas and they work, the less you care about other people's opinions.
Yes.
Or advice. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing this since I was a teenager. So that's why I think I'm a fucking alien and can do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was just me doing different ideas so many times and seeing them work.
Yeah.
That gives me self-confidence to try another one.
Another one, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not follow the rules of everybody else. Like right now, I'm independent. I'm not going platinum. I'm living like way better than a lot of artists who are selling millions of records. You see what I'm saying? Like I live better than a lot of artists who selling millions of records. So to me, it's like I feel like I picked the smartest way to go with this shit, and I own my art. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A lot of people got a lot of stuff by selling themselves, selling their art, selling ownership of something, and now they got this and they doing this and that. But you sold something. You know what I'm saying? I got all this and I still own all my art.
Right.
You see
and
what I'm
you
saying?
understand this. This is a perspective, and this is also what works for him.
For
you know
me
what I'm saying?
personally,
And this
as
is
an
exactly
individual,
like again,
exactly.
he's one successful rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's basically been in the game for 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And he's telling you where he started from, mixtapes, and he already saw it. Like he has self confidence enough to know, like, okay, all the work that I've put in. This was from Jump Street. I already saw my self value, and this is the reason why I'm moving the way that I'm moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's just like I wish that there was like schooling. You know what's funny is the fact that like in season 1 I talked to Eman's Pro, right?
Right.
And I was asking him, he was chopping it up on his journey and whatnot, and I asked him, I said like, why isn't there like any type of schooling for this? You know what I mean? Like how they got real estate school and like
it ain't schooling for taxes and stuff. There's a lot of schooling missing in America, and it ain't because you know it's just it's messed up. A lot of people they hiding this. This is how they live. They don't ever want us to figure this out. The quicker we figure out that this type of stuff here, think about how many people gonna lose money, man. Think about how many companies are gonna close. Like we have social media, man. We don't need nobody but that. Like whoever you are, you can do everything that other people do.
Especially nowadays.
Nowadays, man, we had to really go. You know, people had to pull up and purchase our CD. They had to really like go wait in lines, and you know, we had to go shake hands and meet people personally. And that's another reason why it's longevity in the game because we got real relationships.
Exactly.
We actually got to shake these people's hands and talk to them, and you know, and be friends with them and stuff like that. So it's like we got to see all sides of that. So it played out well for us, and we got a different relationship than a lot of people.
Yeah. Especially nowadays where everything is pretty much just kind of like on an email or
right.
DM or so.
Or even an artist, like you'll blow up off of your songs on streams, you know what I'm saying? You ain't necessarily go pass that CD out to nobody or sign it for them because it ain't even nothing physical no more. But we actually, you know, took a picture, shook their hand, they saw us. So we got a different type of relationship. It lasts longer.
How you see that change up, that growth, and the change up in the way that music is kind of distributed now, as far as to the public? You went from CDs,
Right.
you know what I'm
Tapes.
saying, to
We went
yes,
from tapes to
cassettes.
CDs
I remember I used
to
to record and stop.
yeah to
Tapes
to
to
iTunes,
CDs to
like
iTunes.
just downloading, and then now to streaming. Yeah.
What was probably like the best era in between those?
Man, it's hard to. I don't never have best or favorites because it's always gonna be good and bad with everything. And to you got if you sold one tape back in the day, you would probably get as a wholesaler, as your wholesale price, you would get like $8.
Okay.
So off each sale, you would get $8 off a tape. No, off a CD, you would get $8.
Okay.
CD, you would get 8, and off a tape, you would get 5. So if we got $8 and $5 off every stream when people listen to our album and listen to our, we'll be stupid paid. They just came up with their own kind of rule of, hey man, they really are 10 years ahead of us, man, and they smart enough to know that record labels was gonna go down with social media and being able to control your audience, right? So how do you fix that? You turn them. They went to streaming and they even hired Jimmy Iovine, I think, at Apple to figure it out. And what it is now, we all on the record label because they just came up with a percentage they gonna pay us off of this. They just came up with whatever they gonna come up with and just say, yeah, this is what it is, and this is your only distribution because everybody got phones now, and this is how we gonna do it, and we gonna control what we want to pay you, and we just gonna come up with a number. And so
by force.
Just think about it. So we all on record labels now.
Point, yeah.
We all on record labels. So it's like, but the good side of that is now you don't have to go pull up to the store and buy a CD. A fan who wasn't a Slim Thug fan maybe, but just wouldn't have went bought a CD, but we'll push play on a record on the playlist and here. That's the advantages you get for that. You might can spread your music a lot further. Yeah, I ain't got to actually spend my actual bread to press up these CDs that I don't know are going to actually sell. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So these are the,
And now you got those similar artists and then that rotation going
right
on the streaming too. Okay, makes sense, definitely.
That type of, it's like I say, it's kind of hard to say what's the best.
Yeah.
It's good and bad in every one of them. But like I say, the thing is, to me, the key to success is. Because I had to work through all that. Just imagine though, we make mixtape now. It's like if you really, I need to write this shit down. Like I smoke so much that I'll never remember it all. I need like a sober friend who was around. But it was just a real process from then to now. Like '98, it was tapes and CDs, or just tapes maybe. It was tapes. It was just tapes at that point. So just think about that. Now we going from tapes. But we had to do this process of actually recording on both sides the album, the mixtapes we putting out. Now we have to go to CDs and pressing up CDs. Yep. Now they take both of it. Now they create. We got all these mom and pop stores we bringing CDs and tapes to and making all this money. We lit. We going to every city, every town, and going to every mom and pop store and selling our CDs and tapes. We figured it out. We rich. We got it. We good. They put Best Buys out and start selling $9.99 CDs. So now all the mom and pop stores closed down.
I forgot about that.
All of those mom and pop stores is closed down now.
I forgot.
So now how we gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? We had to work through all that, man. We had to figure it out through all that. We had to stay. Well, I had to stay consistent through each one of those levels to going to streaming now. Like to even get figured out. Oh man, now we do it iTunes. Okay, now. We just can sell a record on here. Cool, we figured it out. Let's get it. We good. We got it. It's work. Now we switching it up to stream. It's like every time you figure it out, it's a whole new. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, stay consistent. If you just keep working through it all, it'll figure itself out.
You're gonna figure it out.
It'll figure itself out.
This is what you truly want and want to stay relevant, right?
But if you stop, you're gonna get lost in the sauce, and it's gonna be harder to jump back in the race. And that's what it is with a lot of people. A lot of people stop. Another thing is, a lot of people don't do it my way, right? I make my music myself. I'm not spoiled with A&Rs bringing me records or, You know, nobody helped me on a lot
From
of shit. Like,
scratch.
it's just me and my homeboy.
Okay.
I'm rapping on my homeboy's beats. So I can make an album like it ain't nothing. It's nothing for me. A dude who been on a record label, you had them booking your studio time. You was in that nice studio. You used to having a nice studio
You gotta wait for
production.
somebody to send you.
You gotta wait on A&Rs. You gotta do all this. Like you don't even. They was doing a lot of that work for you. The people who signed you was doing a lot of the work that you was supposed to do for you.
Yeah.
That so now you, when it's time for you to do it by yourself, you don't even know how to do it. You never did it because they was doing everything for you. I did everything myself, so anybody walking away from me is ain't gonna
But even
stop.
so, like something like that in that predicament, right? You would think like, okay, well, at least I know this is kind of the way I want to go. So now I'm gonna start actually paying attention and studying these folks. So
Right.
when I'm not,
I think all of that is strategically hidden, man. They got to keep their jobs, man. Like man, your success depends on who getting the credit for it. A lot of times, man. Like a lot of people will fuck your success up if they not getting the right credit for it. If you ain't giving them the credit, A&R don't want you to do it by yourself. He got to get his.
them out of work. Yeah.
It put them out of work.
Yeah.
It take them out their job. So you know they don't care about nothing but making sure they keep their job,
Right.
which is like everybody else in the
Everybody
world.
else, yeah.
So you know it's like. You know, it get tricky, man. And I just seen a lot of tricks and finesse and it fast, you know. But by me being gamed up so much by doing independent music, I really just like had all the knowledge I needed, you know, and I knew how to self motivate, you know, just make stuff happen myself. You know
So
what I'm saying?
in the case where you're trying to split game, just kind of sum it up a bit, and somebody's just like, "Yo, Slim, I'm coming to you. You know what I mean? Peep my music. You probably heard his music. He's like, yo, you fire. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I bro. Like, you know, you OG, bro. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what advice would you give them as far as like just kind of finding their own? You know what I mean? And just kind of like what move they should make next.
Honestly, man, my first thing I say all the time, whenever giving advice, I say advice is individual. It's like everybody has their own things they good at. I make my bed every morning. You might not make your bed every morning. Some people discipline, some people ain't. You have to know who you are and keep it real with yourself of what you need. You know what I'm saying? You might need a record label. If you know, I don't want you to not do nothing and just be a loser and trying to do it like me if you ain't that disciplined.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to say, hey, you should do it like me and, you know, to nobody. I want to say, if you are capable of being self-motivated and you have the self-confidence to actually push through and make things happen,
Discipline.
and the discipline to stay consistent, you know, through it all. It's a lot of, it's not easy. It's the hardest. It's like when you talk about you gonna take the hard way home or you gonna take the easy way. It's the hard way.
Yeah.
It's the hard way for sure. It's the hard way. Do you want to accept that hard work and challenge yourself to do the hard work, or do you want somebody else to do it for you? Now, at the cost of people doing it for you, you might not even own yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's what you have to take into consideration, you know. And I see other rappers say, well, people be so caught up on owning themselves and they ain't even own, they ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of other rappers who have record deals or who promote record deals say, well, if you can be a boss, but if you ain't worth nothing, then it ain't nothing. You a boss of a dollar, you know. And that's true. You know, that's a fact.
But you own that dollar.
Right. You own that dollar and that's your seed. It's all about how you look at life, man. You can look at yourself like, I'm valuable, let me sell this and see how much I can get for myself. Or you can say, man, I'm finna build me a mansion on this property that I am and it's gonna go. That's really truly believing in your dreams. If you really know you that guy and you really believe in your self, then you should be able to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like and you might have the talent but not the discipline. You know, these are all the different ingredients of what of making whatever move you need to make. And like I say, I don't look down on nobody who do it either way. But as a boss, that's my talk. I'm a cap about it because I know I did it the hard way and I knew y'all had help. in my raps, I'm a brag about doing it myself and owning all my stuff.
And you have
And
every right, sure.
right, exactly. It's just like
You know what I mean?
I'm just representing my lifestyle to those who would choose to go this direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anybody who making it, I salute them and I wish them nothing but blessings. Like I don't knock nobody who's doing it. You know, I'm a fan of a lot of the raps I listen to are on major labels. You know, like so it ain't like I ain't listen to them suckers they sold out. Like I don't care. Like it ain't. At the end of the day, I care about what I got going on. What other people do, I just wish them well on. You know, like I don't care personally what other people got going on. Now I'ma represent the boss life because that is my genre. That is what I came up from. That is what I want people to follow who want to be like me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'ma represent it and speak on it and talk about it. But at the end of the day, man, I just want everybody to make it. So whichever way you feel is for you, you should choose.
Now you also tap into the artistry of being an actor.
Right.
All right, you got movies coming in. You got a movie coming up, right? Is that written by you, or is you just featured on it, or what's going on with that?
See, it's like I tell you. See, and this is what happens. Like I told you, I've been doing this for so long that I just believe my ideas now. I really trust my ideas, or I will gamble on my ideas. I say, man, you know what?
Risk.
This money is coming from me making music. Why not try to come up with a new stream of income? Now this is movies. I ain't never did a movie in my life, never nothing. So I just had a random idea. I wanted to shoot a movie, and they say, well, movies are expensive. I'm independent and I'm hella cheap. If you don't know me, I'm a cheap dude. Like no matter, you see me with a lot of stuff, but I'm only buying stuff that you will be able to see. I'm not gonna spend my money on bottles or nothing like that. I'm not gonna spend $5,000 in the club like that. You'll never see me do that because if I spend $5,000, I need to see what that $5,000 is. Right? I need to see the speakers that I just purchased in my house where I can enjoy the $5,000 or be able to sell it and get some of that money back or at least most of it back.
Right.
And that's my thought. That's my mind frame as a hustler every day. You know what I'm saying? So I move with that mind frame. I didn't forget what the hell I was talking about. Movies. Okay, so with that being said, now I trust my ideas. So they told me movies cost a lot of money to make. I come up with a movie idea that wouldn't cost a lot of money because I took out, they say location changing is expensive.
Okay.
Paying for actors is expensive. So I said, hey, how about I do a show, a movie that's in one location and bring the characters to me, kind of like a Friday.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I developed the storyline on that. And then I had a friend who have been shooting like Tubi movies lately with some other guy, Shannon, who really shot the movie. So through him shooting that, I was like, hey man, you know what? I always wanted to do a movie. I got an idea for one. I told it to one of my friends, Drake. He got it broke down into a script. So we shot it. We got Shannon to shoot it. And now here we are, like movie premiere tomorrow. So we just moved.
Is it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Oh snap!
It's like that.
Be good.
Yeah.
If you don't know, all right, this man moves like that. When he has an idea, since I've met this man in person, whenever he has an idea, he spits anything out loud. Literally, he says, "It's go, it's go."
It's a go.
Dude literally just came out with the cover for his album.
Right. The other day, I just finished my album cover and had to drop it in a matter of a week. And, like, I didn't even have the album done. I finished it the day I dropped it. I got the final copy without even hearing it finally copied. Like, because I just said in 2 weeks span I was going to put an album out.
I remember you saying that at the gym. Like, I remember
I just said
vividly.
that. But at the end of the day, that's how I got everything I got. That's how I got to where I'm at, is being consistent, pushing through, and just making stuff get done. And then another thing I want to tell people is there's a lot of perfectionists out here. Ain't nobody perfect, And that's the advice that I will give to anybody out there doing anything. don't stand on it gotta be perfect because that is gonna be your biggest delay in whatever you're trying to do. It'll never be perfect.
I can attest to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll never be perfect. And what you are doing by chasing being perfect is you delaying all your ideals and your goals and your dreams by years, months, whatever it may be, by trying to be perfect. When really you have to understand that you have a dream that is going to be a reality before it even equal whatever you want it to be. You can try your best. You have to go. It's kind of like the relationship advice I heard from people. Like if you get 80% out of a person, you know, that's good. You know, so if you can get 80% out of your, I say shoot for 90, but if you can get 80% out of your idea, then that's what you have to go with to keep it moving. You know, or you'll be stuck trying to get that 100%, that last 20, that last 10. That shit can delay you, you know, months and years. And I ain't saying that's for everybody. Some people came out with perfect stuff, you know, maybe like to us it felt like it was perfect, and it might have took a little longer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking either way, like I say, but this is how I got what I got, how I got to where I am. I accept the 80 to 90%. I don't chase perfectionism. I just try to, you know, get the job done and do what I say I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to stand on.
I take that. I receive that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
Perfectionist, yeah.
I am.
It'll get you
You know,
delayed.
listen, this podcast took 3 years. Like, it wasn't until I moved here and I literally had just, I
Yeah.
don't even know how the conversation came up with Solo. And he was just like, oh, we doing it this year. And I was just like, nah, I still need to work some kinks out. He was like, nah, you need to drop that first episode like in the next 3 months.
Right.
I was just like,
Look at that. All you had to do was say, hey, Slim, let's do this podcast, and we done it. Hey, Pro, let's do this podcast, let's do it. It's
it
about
really
push.
was just
It's
push
the
it,
push through.
honestly. Yeah.
It's the push
What's
through.
the worst they could do? Say no?
Exactly.
Okay, then you keep it moving.
Exactly.
You know
But
what I
the thing is, in order to succeed, you have to lose, and you have to look forward to losing to be successful. Like you can't be shy and scared of losing in front of everybody. Like straight up, it's gonna be nobody has not Jordan has got his ass whooped. Like everybody is gonna take a L. It's a learning process. The L's is the learning process, and even no matter what level you on, you're gonna take L's. You know what I'm saying? So you
It's
can't
like, we're all
let
not
L's stop
perfect.
you.
Yeah, we're not God. We're all
Right.
we're not perfect.
Nobody is God, man. You only can do, you know, what you can do, and then you can learn from your mistakes, and that's it.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That is facts. Okay, so movie dropping tomorrow. Hey, movie premiere tomorrow. You excited?
I don't know when this coming out, but yeah, it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I am. I haven't even seen it.
For real?
I haven't even seen the final movie, and the premiere is tomorrow. Right. So I'm probably gonna be watching this movie for the first time with these
everybody
people.
else. That's dope. Where's it gonna be at?
At the City Center.
Okay.
At the movie theater in the City Center, Studio Movie Grill. But yeah, it's like, but sometimes, man, like, you know, like I say, you gotta just have your idea and you gotta push forward.
Push forward. Man.
Now, when we see this movie and people go in there and they see that and they say, man, that shit that was whack. That shit that was whack. The actual movie ain't coming out until probably later this year.
Okay.
I can fix that. I can work on that. I can change stuff. I can adjust. You know what I'm saying? Make the adjustments to try to do what I can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. You want to let people see you fail and see, not even fail. Like I might go and they might say, oh, I love it. And then what that does to your self-confidence, it make you say, damn, I did that movie and that shit worked. Let me do another one. They love that shit. It's crazy. So it's either one of the two. You either gonna have something that people just immediately love, and you don't have to do no fixing to it, and you can just go with it, or you can have time to fix on, you know, whatever they see, and just and get better and try to get that closer to that 100% as you can. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm excited. That's what's up.
It's like that. That's like
that was quick though. Seriously, you was just talking about that.
We just shot it and everything.
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, but it's just like I treat that. I treat everything I do like the music, man. Like I'm built on consistency. Like that's why you see me at the gym, regardless. I'm gonna show up, you know, whatever. Even if it ain't my best day, I ain't lifting the whole gym. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
facts.
And that's what it's about. You know, every day it's just about showing up and making shit happen, man, and not just and pushing through. And, you know, making shit because there's gonna be so many delays, stuff pop up. You know, distractions, everything, and there's gonna be so many things you can come up with to not do whatever you're trying to do. You know what I'm
Okay, so
saying?
that brings me to this work-life balance. That,
What is work-life
that is a
balance?
good question. What is work-life balance to you?
Right. What is work-life balance to me?
As far as, I mean,
I'm 24 hours like stop and go, man. You know, whatever it is. You know, like I don't stop. I wake up in the morning. At about 5, I go to the gym. I do the gym every day before I do anything. Then I do boot camp, and then I do my running at the park, 3 miles. I did 6 today. I'm old and I'm trying to get better. But so after that, I shower, and usually it's car time. Like this is my like music and cars is
that's your,
like my number one love.
gotcha.
So you know, usually I got a lot of cars. I work on a lot. I
A
have
lot.
to do stuff to them. You know, I might take a drive and you know get the kinks out one. You know, wash it, whatever it may be. And that's until like 6 o'clock. I usually, you know, wrap that or run an errand. Sometimes, you know, I'm done with the call. Like I've been doing about an errand run, you know, so that's until 5, 6. It get about 6, 7. I come home, get in the studio. Song a day is what I usually do. Like try to get a song done at least, a verse done, something, you know. And then nighttime, I go to the club. Like I like the club. I like the club just like I like cars and making music. I like just being in the
When we talking
environment.
club, we talking lounge. But nowadays,
Every
clubs
kind
is
of
different.
club.
You got clubs, you got
Every
lounge
single
clubs.
club. The
Really,
youngsters, the hood shit, the white people club, everybody club. I go ahead. You can see
it's just a
me.
matter of being around people.
It ain't even about being around people so much. It's just about being in the vibe of music,
Okay,
you know,
okay.
and just
Hearing it loud.
hearing different new stuff. Like I try to like, you know, a lot of my life is driven through music. Like music is my life, so I like to go to the club, the young clubs, and hear new music. I be shazamming like an old man.
No, real
Hollering.
talk, super hot.
I be
Especially as a
shazamming.
DJ, I was just like, dang, I really know
Yeah.
this song.
Right, you got to. Yeah, man. So, you know, and then just to see the reaction of what's hot right now.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like to
right.
see like how what's going on right
Even
now.
if I
And
don't understand
it's
it.
just like staying like, you know, updated, you know,
Right.
with
I was
everything.
about to say, how do you stay relevant?
I'm outside more than anybody. I'm outside as a rapper more than not only rappers, for sure the rappers, but regular people.
Regular people.
I'm outside for real. Like this is what I do. Like this is just how I always been since I was 15 years old. I was in
Always
clubs.
on.
Always moving. I don't never stop, never chill, never do nothing but just keep it moving. That's like every day I do that shit.
So then, how do you have time for family? How do you balance that?
Now when they come over, we kick it, you know, and then like you know, I have my sons for the whole summer usually, you know, and we do our spending time like that. But like yeah, when they come over, we kick it. But rarely do I just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like we do that when summertime. You know, I'm a rapper. I got 3 baby mamas, so it ain't like I have a real family where everybody just lived in the house with me and I woke up every day.
Yeah.
I never lived with my kids like that. Like it was just I got baby mamas and shit. So in the summer, I just get them all together
Together.
and then you know enjoy that, and then they go back home and we just see each other on you know weekends, you know random weekends when we can see each other.
Right.
You know everybody doing everything they doing.
How is it to have a dad? Slim Thug as your dad.
It's
I should
crazy,
ask them.
right? It's crazy because my kids not like me though. Surprisingly, like they really like you know individuals, and they really like my oldest son, his junior. He not like me. He nice as hell. He just the nicest kid you ever want to meet. Kobe is 18, same thing, hell of a gentleman, and you know, Drew is just a straight video game little kid. Like they not like moving like rappers.
Like, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They
I
all
was about to
got
say,
their
does
own
it do any of them?
now they didn't dabble. They was over here this summer. I made them write a rap. Like
Really?
they think the shit easy. Like one of my sons was like, "Man, I'm gonna just start rapping." I was like, "This ain't like you just say you can do this." Nah, it's a. Yeah, they did decent though. It was fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But who knows? They might be able to
They
open
might.
up avenues to like, if not
Who
rapping,
knows?
like music production or
right,
something
whatever
like
it
that.
may be.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever
that's
it
what's
may
up.
be.
That is what's up. Okay, so what we got next? Besides the movie premiere, what we got next?
Musically, we got a lot of stuff done. Like we got the soundtrack to the movie coming out. Me and Pro, me and Kiki, we did a lot of work on there. We got Boys in Blue. That's the like the original Boss Hog Outlaws. That was my original label back in the day. I made.
Okay.
So a lot of that was like we did a lot of work together. It was me, Killer, and Les, and it was some more like J Dog and all them. But it's me, Killer, and Les doing a project called Boys in Blue.
Okay.
That's done. We should be finishing that up in the next week. What else we got? Of course, Sugar Daddy Slim Time will be running around Valentine's Day next year. You know what I'm saying? We just staying active and attractive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like every day, like it's just about being consistent, you know, and just staying working. And then as you work, I kind of like I don't really have a lot of stuff figured out. But you know what I'm saying? Kind of let God guide me. Do a lot of stuff I do. Like I just fall back and just, you know what I'm saying? Just well, or whatever it may be. Let everything glide me in music.
Yeah.
If I'm rapping, if I hear a beat and it make me want to say this, then it'll make me come up with a whole concept for a whole project. Oh, this is slow. It's got I need to. They got the soul samples, man. Let me be Sugar Daddy Slim on here, and I do an album about nothing but girls. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that planned at the time. It might be an outfit make me want to do that. You never know. I just let whatever motivate me.
That's a gift.
To do whatever I want to do.
That's
know
a
what
gift.
I'm saying?
To be motivated and be able to see certain things like that and just kind of like.
But once again, it all comes from the initial days of learning self-value and trying my ideas so much that I have self-confidence, like extreme self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? To extreme self-confidence to try my ideas now because I seen them work so much. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want people to try that. See, because a person to sell a shit without even trying it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, man.
Did you even give yourself
Did you really believe in yourself?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you, before you even, took it that far? That's what it be. I don't think a lot of people believe in themselves, but I think that's strategically done by other people who know that we in situations where we don't have a lot and they take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
You're a rapper first, but is there any other industries outside of, just stepping into the movies and stuff like that artistry? Is there any other industry that you didn't put it down in?
Man.
Or interested in tapping into?
Man, it's a lot of stuff I'm interested in, but like I say, I always consider where I'm at right now, how peaceful and free my life is. Like freedom is important to me. Like right now, I really don't gotta do nothing. I can really just go to the gym and chill, But the minute you start adding different things,
then
you gotta be there. You gotta do that. You gotta be there to make that shit work a lot of the time. And you gotta, when you're spending money, you can't just ignore it and just hope it, go away. Nah, that's you spending money every month, so you gotta be there to fix it. Like people who open up restaurants gotta be there damn near the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You might as well live in the kitchen.
You might well live in the kitchen. I don't want to live in a restaurant. I don't want to open a restaurant as cool as I am and have to be in that mother all day as Slim Thug. Nah, I'm going to chill at the resort, kid. I like my life. So whatever I do, I always consider how much time it'll take or how much time I would have to be there to make this work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's something I think everybody should really take into consideration.
All right, y'all. Well, this concludes the first episode of season 2 on the Muscle Hustle podcast. Slim, I appreciate you for coming through. You came back over here with the drip, okay? But I appreciate you for real. Definitely looking forward to your continuous journeys, your continuous projects. Yeah, man. Like honestly, this is just a pleasure to have him like in my corner to be able to actually just be able to go to him for advice as well too. I don't like to use the word humble, but he's definitely one that is down to earth. I mean, this is a man listen, I appreciate you. That's what I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? I really honestly appreciate you. Again, I'm looking forward to this season, y'all. Listen, make sure to subscribe at the Muscle Hustle Podcast. Make sure to follow up on all social media platforms, including podcast audio as well too. If you like to be in the car chilling here and all that other stuff, you know what I mean? At the Muscle Hustle Podcast on all streams. I'm your girl Cokes. This is Slim.
Hey, we up out of here. Turn up.